Hello, welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and once again, it is time for Famous Quotes class. This is the class I usually hold at this time, or at least approximately this time, of the hour and week, every week here on Verbling. Today, I was feeling really lazy when I was doing my class descriptions. I confess to you. So I offered the option in my class descriptions for students to share quotes with me, whatever quote you want to come up with, as long as it doesn't have bad words. I would be happy to share with the class and discuss. If, however, later in the week I realized that students may be just as lazy as me, so I have compiled a number of quotes that have to do with human laziness. If in fact we don't have quotes from students. So either way, it's like one of those movies or books with two titles. This is famous quotes from you guys, from you, or quotes about laziness. Who's being lazier, you or me? Hi, Mustafa. Welcome back again.
Hello, teacher. Thank you.
Whatever.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Mustafa, do you ever get lazy? Tell me the
Mm,
truth.
who's who's don't get lazy? Like
Yeah, right. I'm with you. Who doesn't? Come on. Um, I don't know. Motivational speakers never get lazy.
no
I
motivational. Like the only
I don't
hope
know.
we have. Like I always see like motivation quotes and something like this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's an interesting, not really philosophical, sociological question, I guess. Do motivational speakers get lazy?
I think
Hmm.
they get lazy, but they
Think so?
motivate themselves as well.
Okay. Uh, it's human nature, and we're probably going to discuss that because, well, for example, you're the only student here. You're the only one that wasn't lazy enough to show up. I think maybe people feel like they were given homework, so they don't want to show up for the class. Uh, Mustafa, do you have any quotes that you'd like to share with the class?
Yeah, I have
You
one.
do.
Like yeah.
Super. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah?
Uh,
Can you can you say it or even
I
you could
I will
say it
say.
or write it? I'll write it into the verbally chat box unless it's 3 pages long, of course. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my quote is like opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, you miss them. This
Oh, I like that.
yeah,
Okay. Okay, give me
opportunity
half a second. Whoops,
yeah,
not loon.
opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, you miss them.
Okay. Do you have any idea who said that?
Yeah, William Arthur.
William Arthur. Okay, pardon my ignorance, but who's William Arthur?
I don't know. He's one of the speakers.
Okay. No, I must be spelling this wrong. Arthur. How do you spell Arthur?
Arthur.
Oh, yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay. Well, there it is. Well, thank you. Very nice. Okay, speaking of, right, we were talking about motivational, uh, kind of motivational, I think. Mustafa, where did you find this quote? Where'd this come from?
It is come from like a page on Facebook. It is
Ah,
always put like motivation quote or something like this.
okay. All right, I see. Very nice. Well, okay, great. Social media is good for something. Terrific. Okay, let me welcome some others who have joined us. Mustafa and I have been chatting here. Hello, Heidi.
Hello, nice to see you.
Nice to see you again as well. Max is back with us. Hello, Max.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Nader, always a pleasure. How are you today?
Fine, how are you today?
Great. Oh, you still have a voice. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I've almost forgotten.
Ah, he speaks. Okay, I'm kidding, but Nader has been in a number of my classes this week, was unable to speak. And good to hear your voice again. Keiko is also with us. Okay. This week, I'll quickly reiterate, I asked in my class description for you guys to bring quotes to the class, and that would be terrific. And then I threatened if nobody brings quotes, then I have a lot of quotes compiled to talk about laziness. But Mustafa has done his homework, and he's brought us our first quote to discuss. Opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, you miss them. Okay, by someone named William Arthur. All right. Heidi, what do you think about that? Do you like this quote? Make sense to you?
What?
Does this quote make sense to you? Opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, you miss them.
Not fun.
Not fun? Okay. All right. Okay, fair enough. Max, what do you think? Good quote? Are you inspired?
Yeah, yeah, of course, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You ever watch
it's
the sunrise?
yeah, sometime. um, it's very good when you are in right place, in right time.
In the right place at the right
Right,
time. Okay.
in the right place at the right time. Yeah.
Uh, yes, and it can be equally bad if you're in the wrong place at the right time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is a common English expression, actually, probably in many languages. In the right place at the right time. All right, the opportunity's there. Okay. Nice one. Nader, any comments about this
Yes,
quote?
I would say opportunities are like sunrises. If you miss one, don't worry, you will get another tomorrow.
Okay. I heard some quote which I really liked, and I'm just going to have to paraphrase it because I can't remember it exactly. Something to the effect of, when the door of opportunity closes, just open a window.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Which, I kind of like that quote because the idea being opportunities, right place at right time can happen, but we can also create our own opportunities.
Yes,
I can't create a sunrise, unfortunately.
they say don't let the day run you, you run the day.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And teacher, don't procrastinate. Always like the people to procrastinate. This like illness of people.
Okay.
Maybe
Procrastinate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
procrastinate.
Procrastinate. Yeah.
And
Hard
you know
word
what,
to
like,
say.
yeah, teacher, you know what, like, sorry for interruption, like,
No
there
problem.
is another one, like, saying, some people saying, like, uh, they are also like trainer or buses. Wait a few more minutes, another will come along shortly. So yeah,
Okay.
like,
Okay. Interesting. There are a lot of ways to talk about opportunities. Okay, Kyle, what are opportunities like? Chickens, walnuts, zebras. Keiko, do you know what are your Keiko? Are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. For you, what are opportunities like? A bus, or more like a bus, or more like a sunrise,
I
or more like
think
a door?
I think is like a shadow.
Like a shadow. How?
to 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 take it, you have to catch it. You have to you have to stand up her up it to stand up it
Stand up in it, maybe.
in it to stand up in it.
Okay, that's interesting. Is that a quote by Keiko? That's all right. Okay, very very nice. Uh, I think opportunities are like haircuts. Sometimes I wait a long time to get another one, like now. But sometimes I get many in a row.
Yeah.
Depends on the weather.
Sometimes like teachers, sometimes the life give you chances, who maybe
Yeah,
these chances wouldn't repeat again.
yeah.
I think
Max,
opportunity is more like bus instead.
bus. Yeah.
Yeah, opposite of sunrise, because you know when sunrise would be. And yeah, it's so easy.
Yeah.
So I can infer the bus system isn't really reliable in Russia. Is that
Yeah.
okay? I'm making an inference there. I'm gonna go out on a limb and make that inference. Okay. Heidi, back around to you. Heidi, do you have a quote that you would like to share with the class?
Okay, it's a Chinese
Okay.
story. Even in Japan, it's
Oh,
very popular.
okay.
Many years ago, China had some maybe emperor dominated, but there are many corruption happened. So the other new group wanted to change the government. There, the very famous person at the center of the group. Then many people admired him, so they gathered in the place.
Mhm.
The group has kind of rule. So my quote is to kill Bashok with crime. Bashok is a very good servant of leader, and he was very close to the leader.
Okay.
But he made a mistake, heavy mistake. So even though he was very good to the leader, but the leader needed to kill him with crime because to keep um, the rule in the group, the equality.
Okay. So I'm confused. What is the quote exactly?
To kill Bashok with crime. Japanese say something sometimes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ashok. I have no idea how to spell that.
Bashok with I don't have any idea. It's a name of Chinese name.
Is it? Okay. Kill Bashak with crime.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of an expression.
Yes. So even
Okay.
though it's very important, but if you have such occasion, you need to throw away most important things to keep something, another things, balance or how can I say?
Okay, so sometimes you have to destroy good things to
Yes,
keep balance.
most important things. Mm.
Oh, okay, so it's an expression to talk about sacrifice.
Yes. with crime.
Okay.
Mm.
With crime, like
Yes.
crime, crime, crime.
Crime.
Hmm.
Beheaded him.
Okay.
Crime. Mm.
Well, all right. That's interesting. Hmm. Uh,
For example, in the company, president have the third person, vice president. They have a very good relationship. But if the vice president got failure, it's very heavy. It gives damage to the company. Even though their relationship is very good, but the president need to fire him for to keep others as what's it? Leader need to treat everybody as well, the equal.
okay. All right. Sacrifice one for the good of all.
Yes, like that.
All right. Okay. As an overall concept, Max, do you think you're getting close to the whole idea of the ends justify the means, and that's a major philosophical question. You're flirting with that idea that the ends justify the means, even though you may have to do something immoral. If your goals are moral, it should be excusable. Whew, that's pretty heavy stuff. Max, what do you think? Do the ends justify the means? Is it okay to kill Bashik with crime? I think it's another way to say that.
I don't know.
You don't know. I do know one thing. We've run out of room. We've run our course on the Verbling chat box, so everyone comments and corrections, vocabulary, etc. I'll be making notes. You can make notes where Mustafa just tested in the group chat box. Yes, Mustafa, you're there. Click the blue box in the upper left corner, so other discourse and writing we can put over there. You don't know, Max. Well, many people don't know. That's an enormous question. Nader, do the ends ever justify the means? Heavy question.
No. No.
No. They never justify. Never.
Yes, they never. Because if you use this principle, you will lose all of your other principles.
Okay. All right.
So,
Yeah.
everyone can use it for bad reasons.
That's true. Now, you will often hear in English, I want to share a phrase with you that people use when they're discussing this subject, the ends justifying the means. You might see this in newspapers, or you hear this in the news. You might hear this in political or social discourse. It's a slippery slope. You're starting out on a slippery slope. Okay, the idea that you're
Yes.
a slope
You're
being a
not
hill.
standing on
Yes.
a safe point. You
That's
will go down.
If you're on a slippery slope, you take that first step, the ends justify the means. It's easy to slide down. Yeah.
Yes. The risk is very great.
Exactly. Right. Keiko, what's your view on the concept of philosophical idea, the ends justify the means? Is it okay to do something immoral if your goals are moral?
I think it's Machiavellian.
Nice word.
Machiavellian thought.
How do you spell that?
The idea that to reach all in the world is justified by the means used. Yeah, justifies the means used.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this way of thinking.
thinking?
Because I consider it to be an unethic,
Unethical,
unethical.
indeed. Yeah, well, that's what you're talking about, ethics here. Keiko, have you ever read any of the works of Machiavelli? What was the Prince, the something Prince? I
The
can't remember the
Prince.
title. The
The
Prince?
Prince.
Just the Prince?
The,
Is that it?
the
Yes.
prince.
Yeah. Wow. 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 He is definitely a man ahead of his time. I'll give him that. I don't know how to explain it. Have you read some of his writings, Keiko?
He was a man of his time. He frequented the court of the main courts of the cities of the Italian cities in the 15th or 15th century, I think.
So, I think that's right.
He was a flattering person.
He was ridiculously, insanely manipulative in a cold and calculating way.
Yeah.
With basically trying to remove emotion from the equation. Just practical, ultimate in practicality. Yeah, and okay, this Keiko used a very interesting adjective, Machiavellian. Yeah, that is an acceptable used English adjective to describe that sort of attitude, cold and calculating, without concern for ethics. Is basically how I would define Machiavellian. Interestingly, in the English, we do sometimes take a word, we create a word out of somebody's name. You'll notice in the chat box when I wrote Machiavellian, I'm not sure if my spelling is right, frankly, but I did spell it with a capital letter because it originally was somebody's name. There's a few cases of that. Where we create a word out of somebody's name. Yeah, a Bushism comes to mind. Okay, from George Bush. We have a word now which I think has made it into the dictionary. It's a Bushism. When you write it, however, it's capital B. So we do have a few of these words. It's a recognized word. Mustafa, you wrote something in the other chat box which I couldn't see because I couldn't scroll down any further. What is your position?
Okay, about this quote about the ending. Okay, I think you know what, like, I don't agree with this idea or quote, but there is like two reasons I think for two limitation reason. Like it would be a good or a good to apply if the ended reason of all of that is a good one. Is much greater than the 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 result of it is much greater than the pain will cause it, or you know what, like,
Okay,
yeah.
so Mustafa, you're telling me if you killed one patient, if you knew it's going to kill him, to test a cure for cancer, but if the cure works, it could save everybody who ever gets cancer from now on.
Yeah, something like that. But this is like you killed the person is like much large and huge, something huge. I mean, like about some issues in life is I don't know about like patient or kill people.
It's like saying, would you kill Hitler if it prevented World War II?
Yeah, something like that. So you prevent something worse, but for something like better, your result is much good than what you did. Like,
The problem with that, that example, and I've heard this example before with Hitler. If you killed Hitler before World War II, then Goebbels or Himmler would have taken over, and things would have been like 10 times worse, actually.
yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was like two of them are equal, it would be like it's not useful anymore. So this is like
Right.
not acceptable. But
Right.
maybe if like the evil of this way or this manner and the not good way of it, like it would be reached to maybe to a good one, to a good way, like
Yeah,
more than
but
like that would be like acceptable a little bit.
unfortunately, none of us can predict the future.
Mm, mm,
Or at least I
right.
can't. I can only speak for myself. And here, that was all right, Heidi. That was an interesting one. Definitely food for thought. A lot of things that we could spend 3 or 4 classes just talking about that, really. But I'm going to move on, and the first thing I want to do is say a big fat howdy to Chow. Hey, dude, what's up?
Hi, I'm doing good. Hi, Diane. Okay.
I'm
And I
great.
just correct you a typo. It's a food for thought.
Fod for thought. No, it's fod for thought.
Thought for thought?
No, no, no.
No, food for
You're right.
thought.
I had a typo. I was excited to say hello to you. I got a little excited and abbreviated it.
I
Food for
know.
thought. Thank you. Hey, really good to see you again. All right. Very
Yeah,
cool.
good to see you again.
How have you been?
I'm doing great. Now I just spend my time on verbally learning Spanish,
All
sometimes
right.
with Heidi.
Is that right?
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
All right. Well, great to have you in class. We'll come around and talk to you a little bit more later. Max.
for sure.
Max?
Yeah, I'm gonna share
You are.
one simple and
Great.
straightforward. In prosperity, our friend know us. In adversity, we know our friends.
Okay. All right. In prosperity, our friend.
No, we know in prosperity. Oh, sorry, in
Right.
adversity. Okay,
Our friend knows us.
yeah.
Or should it be our, just to get this correct in English, our friends know us
Yeah, our friends know us.
in adversity.
We know our friends.
Okay. Um, okay. Excellent. And all
And I
right.
don't know who said that.
Who said that? No, we don't know. Okay.
I think first man said that.
Well, it sounds like a real quote to me. I think I've even heard this before. Okay. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. All right. Um, Max, why is this an important quote for you? What does this mean to you? And are you muted? Okay.
I was muted.
Ah, okay.
I think it's not important, but
Okay. You think it's
it's,
true?
yeah, I think it's true, and it relates to our life very straightforward.
Okay. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I was having the same thought Mustafa was. I was thinking about the very common collocation fair weather friends in English. That's very common English collocation. Fair weather friends, they're friends when, as long as everything's going well, they're friends. Right. Okay. Nader, do you know any other similar sayings or
Friend
expressions
in
or
need.
quotes? Is a friend indeed. Okay. Uh, mm-hmm. Okay.
That's
All right. That's all. That's it.
that's
Okay.
all. This is the other similar one I know.
Okay. All right. So I guess this is a fairly straightforward quote. I mean, I think we can all understand this, right? Anybody have anything else to say about this
I put that
quote?
all
Sorry.
you need with the courage in your heart and the hope in your eyes.
Uh-huh.
Even this quote came from the same book.
Okay. Okay. All right. Very good. Does anybody have anything to add to Max's quote? In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. I have a weird question. See if anybody can handle this one. We all know this to be kind of true for our personal lives, right? What about, seems straightforward, what about when it comes to countries and nationalities? Is that true for countries or no? Forget it. All bets are off. Every man for himself. There are no friends. Do countries have friends?
Well,
So, anybody? I'm throwing that out to the class.
yeah, country is a
Shout.
very abstract. Yeah, country is a very abstract concept. Behind
Indeed.
the country, there are people, indeed, individuals consisted the country. So when we refer the country, mostly we refer to the government or the politicians. I don't think they are mutual beneficial. It's a zero-sum game between the politicians. They just extract the fruit from the people. So, but for the individuals in the country, I think yes, they are. They help each other. They travel between the country and they teach class by the internet from different country and also doing business. So I do think so. The individuals in the different country can be a
Okay.
know each other friends. Yeah.
Okay. But not the concept, in the concept of statehood, when considering statehood, the concept of friendship is basically a moot point.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay, well, I'll give you that.
Actually,
I tend to agree. Nader?
I found it to be very interesting that the relation between presidents
Ah,
are the most important. So it comes before the relation between countries.
yeah, I find that a little frightening. I mean, I would
Yeah.
agree with you, but sometimes that scares me, frankly, if I think about it too much. Yeah, I remember Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher were like buddies. Kind of frightening. Two peas in a pod, as we say. Okay. Anyway, let's keep this thing rolling. Nader, do you have a quote that you would like to share with the class today?
Yes, I have. I have one also very straightforward. No actual progress will occur until you stop worrying about all the what ifs and hows and actually start working.
My gosh, that
So
was too long.
maybe I can give you a
One more
shorter
time.
one. No actual progress. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
No actual progress will occur until you stop worrying
Okay.
about all the what ifs and hows and actually start working.
Until you start.
Working,
Yeah. You're
working.
right. Until you stop working.
Start, not stop. Start working.
Okay, wait. No actual progress will appear until you stop.
Will occur or appear, whatever,
Okay,
un-
until you.
until you stop.
Yes.
About
Okay.
all the what ifs.
Oh, relatives.
The what ifs. What if? What if? What if? What if
Oh,
I did so?
okay. That's like in quotes. What ifs? Okay,
Yes, and
got it.
hows.
Now, okay. That's why I was having. Okay, all right.
And
Yes.
actually start working. You need to stop about what if so and so and how can I do it.
Right. Okay. Okay. I was very confused there because, of course, of course, what ifs is a phrase which he's using as a one word, and hows sounds like house. All right. What is he talking about? What if? What's a what if? Okay, I gotcha. All right. All the what ifs and hows and actually start working well. Okay. That's
I like this is by Paul Jarvis from a book. It's named Everything I Know.
okay. Who was the author?
Paul Jarvis.
Jarvis.
That's a
Okay.
nice book. Everything I Know.
Everything I know. What's his name again?
Paul, like Paul Newman.
Can you type it? Or
P
like I have no
P
money?
P A U L. P.
Oh, Paul. Okay.
Paul.
Oh, Paul
Paul
Jarvis.
Jarvis. Yeah.
All right, that name sounds familiar. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have one thing that pops into my mind, and that's a common English phrase: analysis paralysis.
Yes.
Have you ever
If
heard
you
of that?
take to that. No. This is the first time I hear.
Really?
But if you take too much, if you think it too much, you will get paralyzed or something like this.
Yeah, that's it. Analysis paralysis. The idea that if you spend too much time considering the repercussions, you won't ever do anything. Or back to Mustafa's quote, you'll miss your opportunity.
Yes, there is also one similar quote. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. Right. Okay. Hey, I have a weird question, related but slightly strange. Nader, okay, some places I've worked, this would never happen. A few places I've worked, this is very true. They have quotes like this. This is a very motivational quote for businessmen, for working people, I think. It's motivational. Some businesses I have worked in the past will have like posters on the wall that will something like this. This would be a perfect example. Is this any kind of does this ever happen?
Yeah, in my workplace. At my workplace, some people. I had one before who liked these quotes. He put posters everywhere on the wall. But this is not. Yes, but this is not. This is only personal preference for someone who used to do it. But this is not the policy at our workplace.
Normal, per se. Whatever normal is. Slogans and motivational quotes, like in prominent positions, so the employees can see them.
But actually, no. We don't have this. But actually, that person used to put quotes like, "Be careful, you're not far from the grave." Not very motivational.
Yeah. I worked in a place where the quotes were like this, Nader. Beatings will continue until morale is improved. Highly motivated.
Or no increase this year until you move your legs.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Motivation through intimidation, I suppose. Okay. Keiko, what do you think about this quote? No actual progress will appear until you stop worrying about the what ifs and the hows.
I
Yeah.
think it is true. I think
Uh-huh.
it is true
Okay.
because if we spend too much time thinking about the possibilities and how to do something, how to to achieve an opportunity, I I can I can lose the opportunity,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and it can be too much late to decide.
Okay. Too much late. It can be too late to decide. I personally, I understand the quote, and very good. I am not the type of person who is going to spend time over and analyzing. However, I have been stuck working in group environments where, oh my gosh, forget about it. Sometimes this is the problem with making group decisions. Uh, Seems to be the problem with the United States government right now. They won't decide anything because they can't. They're analyzing everything. See, here's one thing all the like the NSA getting data from every American citizen, and everyone's worried about the spies running around getting all this information about citizens. I think it creates this analysis paralysis, so then they do nothing. It makes the world far more dangerous for all of us because they're sitting around analyzing things. They're not actually doing anything. Anyway, uh, eh, well, that's just my theory, personally. Chow, do you have anything to say about this quote? Or anything it reminds you of?
Yeah,
Or yeah.
yeah. I kind of agree that actual progress it doesn't matter and it's very important. But I do think that worrying about what if and how in some cases can be more important than the actual progress. Because
Right.
worrying this is like to making a decision and to do this analysis between the decisions. And I do think that in some cases the choices are more important than the action you made after you make the decision. For me, when half of year yes
Half a
ago
year ago?
half of half of a year ago, uh, I was thinking about to whether to take the exam, prepare for the exam for uh, the graduation, no, the entrance for the master's degree, prepare for the exam, but it would take something like 6 months, and I can do nothing else, only stay in the classroom for 10 hours per day and prepare for this. But I can have maybe the master degree after that. Here's another choice is that do the things I want is to learn the language and to find a job. And actually, I kind of spent 1 month and even 2 months to think about what if and how. And I
Mm-hmm.
made some progress, but it's very small, and I was some kind of hesitating. But after these 2 months, I make a decision that okay, I will not prepare for the exam. I'll do the things I want, and I learn the language. Now I get a job, and so I think I made the great decision, even though I spent 1 month and a half thinking about what if and hows. I'm so glad I didn't run into preparing for the exam and starting the classroom. So that's it. Sorry for the long answer, but it's just my
No.
personal experience.
Okay. So sometimes it's worth it to take a lot of time to make a decision, if I could paraphrase you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And okay. And maybe saving you time in the long run. Well,
Yeah, exactly.
okay. And by the way, it's half a year ago or a half year ago.
Okay.
Okay.
It's half a year ago. Okay. It's kind of a tongue twister, but okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
I need to practice more English now
Okay.
rather than Spanish.
Okay. All right, Heidi.
Yeah.
Yes, Heidi. Okay.
Very
Have you?
simple one. Oh, I can't post. Okay.
You can't.
A simple
Never
one from a simple person.
Never apologize, Mister. It's a sign of weakness. Oh, okay.
Can you guess whose quote?
Whose quote? Can I guess?
Yeah. Can you guess?
Mae West? I don't know.
American hero, I think.
It looks familiar, but I'm not sure.
John Wayne.
John Wayne. Oh, if you'd have substituted Pilgrim for Mister, I would have gotten in a second. Yeah. Never apologize, Pilgrim. It's a sign of weakness. There's my John Wayne imitation. Anyway. Okay. I want to give a couple others who haven't given a quote a chance. So I'm going to go to Keiko. Keiko, do you have a quote you'd like to share with the class?
Yes, teacher.
Terrific.
I'll paste it.
Oh,
I
thank you.
pasted it.
Bless you. Bless you, Keiko, for not making me do the work. I was going to talk about laziness today. Okay. Thank you. All right, there it is. Thank you. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. Okay. Yeah, all right. I like this one. That's a good one. That's just my opinion. Is this a strong feeling for you as well, Keiko? Is this something you have a strong opinion about?
Yes, I think that I think and I believe that we only can change the world if we start changing ourselves. And then I think education is the most powerful instrument to change ourselves and our situation, our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Starting from our situation in life, we can change a little around us, a little in the world. If each one of us do their part, it would be it will be a great wave of improvement to the humanity.
Okay. Progress.
But recently I feel education is powerless in front of the violence.
Powerless is in the face of violence. Just not to correct your content, but often in English we would say in the face of. opposing in
Yeah,
the face
actually, I heard so sometimes. In the
of.
Japanese journalist was captured.
Uh-huh.
He sacrificed the poor people, and he published several books about the children who are suffering with AIDS or a lot of things. But
Uh-huh.
he was powerless. He was killed, and
Mm-hmm.
in front of violence, we don't have any power.
Well, do you not think if those crazy people who cut off his head were a little better educated, they would never have cut off his head? Maybe that was the problem. Maybe the problem is not violent extremism. Maybe the problem is education to begin with. Just a theory. I don't know. Mustafa,
Hey,
what do
what?
you think?
Okay, education is the most powerful weapon. I agree. Like, which, because if you didn't educate yourself and you didn't progress in this life, you like a dead person. So you have to educate yourself to feel like a change always. And I agree. Like, what's mentioned. Like, you have to change inside of yourself and educate yourself daily to feel the change. And actually, you know what, like when I went to outside of my country, you see, like we are a development country, so there is a large difference between us and the other countries in development and people maybe, but the only thing we share is like education and learning people. I see this is the only hope we have to face the world. So we don't have anything like our infrastructure and our country is destroyed, like almost destroyed. So this is the only hope we have to hold, and we face the world in it. So education is the most important. I think I agree completely with that.
Yeah. I like
About
your
yeah,
I like
about
your
terrorism. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, go
go
please.
ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, you mentioned like about cutting head or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know, like some of them like educated people. They arrested some of them like doctors and engineers, and so this is like educated people. So maybe they washed their hands, something like that.
Who are like educated people?
You mentioned like the people who like terrorism and killing people, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are engineers and some of them are doctors.
The
So
killers
you,
or the victims?
yeah, the killers. Yeah,
The killers, really.
yeah, and some of them supporting them by money or something like that.
Well,
So
that's true.
yeah, maybe they washed their hand or something wrong went there. So yeah.
Hmm. Okay. You know what resonated with me, I like that, Chow, if I might borrow your word, I like that. What resonated with me was what Mustafa said about you're just dead. If you're not learning and open to new views and learning new things, you're basically just a dead person. I think you can be educated, you can be a doctor or a lawyer, and you can be dead inside. You can be not learning anything more. You can be sure that everything you think is right, unwilling to listen to another view, and you can be basically dead. I agree. Dead, a zombie, not
Right,
really
right.
human anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's education, and then there's, I don't know. There should be another word in English for learning, and not just education, what we always think about. We think about books and stuff. Knowledge, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I wish there was another word. I sometimes think there should be another word. Uh, I don't know what that word would be. I'll make one up. Okay. Uh, all right. We've only got minutes left. That's a Keiko. I wish we had more time to talk about. These were great quotes by everyone, from everyone today, and we could have talked about any one of them for the entire class period. But I want to give Chow an opportunity because we only got a couple minutes left. So, Chow, do you have a quote that you would
Okay.
like to share with the class?
Yeah. Okay. If I have to pick one, I would say road to the hell was paved by good intentions.
Okay, this one I know.
Yeah.
The road to hell, okay, is paved with good intentions.
Yeah, it can be a general level. Talking about the government policy, especially for me, for Chinese, they underthrew a terrible time by the centralized policy. And even though at that time people are so enthusiastic about to build a new China, but they ignore the basic role of the nature. They ignore the economic role, even though they have good intentions. But actually, at the end, they bring the China to the hell, to the economics and the social disaster. So, and it can also be the personal level that imagine I'm not to say my parents or my grandparents, but some people may talk to you and they act like a tutor for your life and to say something, you should do this and you should do this at this correct time, you should do things at the right time, but actually they don't know you and they are not you and their way of doing may lead you to the hell. Uh, so study it and use your own rationality. That is most important.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay. Any reactions to this last quote? The road to
Yeah,
hell paved with
yeah,
good
maybe,
stuff.
yeah. You know what? Like that remind me by the another one. Like the words you speak become the house you live in. Like you have to pay more attention to what you say, and mean what you say, and speak with integrity. And we have to avoid like using the word to speak against ourselves and or gossip about other. So the powerful of your word maybe the direction like would be in of truth and love. So this is maybe the
Mm.
best thing. And yeah, this is what I meant.
Well, that's a nice thought, and we have to end the class somewhere, and I have to get something to eat in a much more
Me as well.
practical,
Me
uh,
as well.
come down to earth a little bit. It's I need sustenance, frankly. So thank you all very much.
Have a
Very,
good
very,
lunch.
very interesting class. I will. Thanks a lot. Really.